Hello, Kickstarter backers of Havoc Gen Zero. I'm Antek, the creative director of the Nyxlands of Havoc. Welcome to the Mired Spirits. Currently dressed up for the holiday season, much to the bartender's ongoing disapproval. And if you're thinking to yourselves, what the hell is this place? Excellent question. I will direct you to a different video or directly to our Discord community server, which is actually magically connected to this place through a so-called Omniway. It's a long story and not one for today. Because for now, let's talk about why we're actually here. With me today are the production copies of Havoc Gen Zero, the game you all backed and trusted with your hard-earned money. Maybe at some point, you thought to yourselves, is this thing ever getting to me? Well, if you ever harbored that doubt, you can bury it now. Because in a moment, I'll lift the lid on this box so you can see what's coming to you inside the coveted Nyxwalker set. Just to be clear, what you're looking at here is almost entirely identical to the copies that will be mass-produced in a matter of weeks. I say almost because this particular copy was delivered to me by our manufacturers for inspection. It's called a review copy, so we could carefully check whether everything inside this box is free of any mistakes and to catch those mistakes before hitting print en masse. And that means that your copies will actually be even better than the one I'm holding here. Because when we looked over this copy, which was already a good few weeks ago, we did find a couple of small issues and they've already been corrected. All right, without further ado, let's get right to it. The box looks like this. Da-na-na-na. It is actually very heavy. Very heavy box, full of cards. The lid goes up ever so satisfyingly, and inside, greeting you into the world of the Nyxlands of Havoc, is this special wrapper poster thingy. Let me get it out. Okay. On the inner side of this, you'll find a poster. This is actually one of our oldest pieces of concept art ever produced in the process of defining the Nyxlands. And then on the inner side, there's a small message from our team to you. I'll leave the reading of it for when you yourselves open your own boxes. I don't want to spoil it. Next to the message, you'll find an invitation to our Discord community. Actually, you're very welcome to join right now if you're not part of it yet. You don't have to wait for the game to arrive. Inside the wrapper, we find the rulebook, all 44 pages of it. And right now, let me leaf through it briefly so you can appreciate the realness of it. On these pages, you will learn about all the rules of gameplay that you need to know. You'll find all the deck building tips. You'll learn about the world of our game, and if you want to do it right now, the rulebook is actually available in its entirety for free online in the exact same format as this print. On the back cover, we'll find the list of creators and all the artists who contributed to our illustrated world. Oh, look, it's me right here. Oh, I almost forgot. On the back side of the box, the inner lid of it, in a secret location, is a list of very helpful creatures who have helped to bring this game to life since its very inception. If that's you, your name is right here. Let's go back inside the box. Once we've removed the rulebook, we can see a whole arsenal of cards, 447 of them to be exact, including duplicates and the unlock stretch goals. That's why, as I said, this box is actually very heavy. They're arranged into shrink-wrapped piles that represent the different card categories. Let's remove them from the box. So we have here separate piles for homeworlds, crystal biome, combatants, equipment, reactors, legends, artifacts, and expansions and starter decks. These ones in particular, expansions contains all the unlocked stretch goals from the Kickstarter campaign, and starter A and starter B actually don't have starter A here because I have already unpacked it, and I'll show you all the cards in close-ups. These are the decks that you'll want to start with. You will want to pick them for your first game while you still learn the rules, so you don't have to simultaneously learn the rules of deck building before you have learned the rules of combat. And let's get some close-ups of individual cards from starter deck A so you can see more clearly how the print came out. My favorite Cairo Priestess. I'm glad she was in that starter set. Barometer Bane, Terminal Divine Code, Omniway, Rebirth. I picked two gross ones because gross ones are also my favorite. And one thing that you will not see among these cards is the glossy lamination, premium glossy lamination that we decided to include on all cards after reviewing these copies. But I think in terms of the thickness of the cards, the 330 grams per square meter blue core stock paper, they feel quite great. I hope that you also think so. Let's get rid of the cards and get to the other bits and components of the game. Alongside the sea of cards, you'll find not one, but 3 game boards. Okay, that's slightly misleading. There's one board proper, which is a very thick print. And actually, let's set it up. And there are also these 2 smaller boardlets that will allow you to expand the whole battle map into a 2v2 battle mode for 4 players. Many of you have already played Havoc with our community on Discord will already know that our game expands well beyond your classic card game experience. Firstly, and this one's quite obvious, our player field is quite massive. And there's also quite a bit of freedom of action that you'll find in our game, which means that it will be very helpful to use these tracker tokens, which also come included in every Nyx Walker set. With their use, you'll be able to keep track of all the damage, unique status effects, positive and negative buffs, and I think that's it. I think we've gone over every component that came inside the box. I almost forgot. We also have custom-made dice to help you play those mysterious anomalies. Those will await for you out in the Nyxlands, and they are chaotic and quite enigmatic, most of them. They will require a random selection of outcomes, and the dice will come in very handy. You've now seen all the main components that arrive inside the Nyx Walker set. But I do also have other stuff with me. The so-called add-ons, like, for instance, the travel tube, which, according to the lid and the overly ostentatious writer who put the copy together, is actually called the essential tube for the endless journey. Excess is peril out in the Nyxlands. The Nyx Walker knows, travel light, move fast, stay ahead of the storm. They carry only the essentials. With this tube, you are equipped to bring havoc to any corner of the vast Nyxlands. Set out towards the unknown, set up your field of play in seconds, and wreak havoc wherever you roam. Now, inside the tube, you'll find a miniaturized portable version of the game board, which unrolls like so. And with this, you will be able to bring havoc and inflict it upon the world outside your home, wherever you please. One more add-on, not just one, but 4 pre-con deck boxes. So I haven't set them up, but for as simple as these are, I think there's no need. If any of you ordered the special handcrafted decks picked by Zach, these will be the boxes in which they will arrive. Each comes with 42 cards included. We have Grin and Grind, Primate Expeditions, Flyers and Traps, Arsenal Overdrive. Each of them has been picked, handcrafted, hand-selected by Zach, and comes with cards that might help you win your games of Havoc without the need to deck build. Or you can give them as a gift to someone who doesn't have the full version of the game, and with that they'll be able to play against you. We have one more add-on, which is a special included for all the first backers of Havoc Gen 0. This one is a collection of 6 reactors that were printed in this unique holographic foil print. And because reactors are necessary for every game of Havoc, the first backers will have special holographic versions that they can include in every deck. That's them. There also is a special message that we've included here, but much like with the wrapper, I don't necessarily want to read it to leave the experience of hearing our special words of thanks until you actually open your own boxes of Havoc Gen 0. So these were all the components that I prepared to show you today. But I did promise that I would talk about the parts where the box and its contents may differ from what you'll receive in the mail. There was a tiny misprint on the wrapper poster. Basically, we don't want to have this thing here, so that in the poster version, you don't have an odd little imperfection in the shape. That will be very easy to fix. Most, however, changes that we've included are in the cards. If you've been following our Kickstarter updates, you probably know that our game has been delayed since the campaign has wrapped up. Yes, Havoc took longer than we originally planned. The world around it changed very fast, and right after our late pledge closed. And suddenly we were dealing with an entirely new set of problems that weren't on our radar when we put the Kickstarter page together. International tariffs, the ensuing chaos in the manufacturing and shipping world, and added and constantly shifting costs. All that fun stuff. We're primarily a studio of artists and designers, so there was a pretty steep learning curve there. While we were resolving all those problems, we kept creating. And if you've been reading our updates, you've heard this part already, and you've probably seen the many new art additions to the box sets that we included in every order for current backers at no extra cost. We mentioned those in every single update, and this update wouldn't be the same without it. I present to you the grandest art edition we've ever slotted into your copies. The full, fleshed out mech shells. The manifold class shell known as Arsenal, the dynamic class shell known as Glider, the Talonade class shell known as Stretch, and Colossus class shell known as Juggernaut. And here you can see how mech shells are transported in their inert, dormant state outside of combat. And here is how they meld with their pilots. I could also talk about the layering of their nixofibril skin that we managed to figure out in our brains. But there is no time for that, because we have also captured an instance of horrific dragging currents that may inhibit travel across the arsenate oceans, and an exhumed simulacrum out in the colloidal marshes that attempts to liken itself to another creature, and cargo ships rocked and flipped by giant waves. And I truly hope that you treat my sudden outburst of excitement as just that, and not a smoke grenade that I deploy to make you forget about the delay that we have suffered in our production. Truly, we agonized over how long this has taken, and we know some of you are rightfully frustrated. But I hope that all of you rest assured that for every month of delays, we have added tens of new illustrations into the game. Maybe slightly less than exactly 10 per month, but very close to it. And before we wrap up and I disappear back into my cave, if you're celebrating something this season, I wish you a calm, warm, and very well-earned break. And if you're not celebrating anything at all, I hope you still get a few quiet days, a bit of rest, and something good to look forward to in the coming new year. Whether Christmas is on your holiday calendar or not, you're all very welcome to the Mired Spirits, where we will celebrate the so-called Grinmas. That's what Grinmas typically looks like. There are no exceptional fireworks planned for the event this year, but the lights will be on, and the bar will remain decorated against Grin the bartender's will. And we will force them to wear the Santa costume again. And we're very excited to share this season with you. From all of us at Nyx Studios, thank you for keeping up with our updates, and happy holidays.